Hello, friends. Today I'd like to talk a little bit about how discipline is self love and just a couple of other things. The discipline of practicing anything for your good is self love. So, discipline has a negative implication, as in meaning restriction or rules or in some way something unpleasant. And in fact, when you act with discipline, you are showing love to yourself and you are showing respect for yourself and regard, because you are giving yourself the gift of better in some way. You're giving yourself the gift of greater well-being, better mental state, better emotional state. So dreams are very important. Our sleep is very important. So being disciplined with sleep is very important. Sorry for the noise here. I've had many things to trouble my sleep, to trouble me. And I have maintained the discipline of dogged practice of the principles of the law of attraction and the principles of being a channel of light, inspiration, massive abundance, love. I'm just a channel, or I shouldn't say I'm just, but rather than aiming to be the source, which is an incredible burden that none of us can sustain for an unlimited time, I can be a channel forever. And by being a channel, all of that wonderful, all of that wealth, all of that abundance, all of those things flow through me. And I get the blessing of those things that flow through me, and then I get the joy of being a channel that someone else can have these blessings. So something about sleep that I wanted to, there's a quote I have here. I can't remember who I got it from, but my dream state tells me what I am manifesting. So to expound upon that, in the act of manifesting, in the act of materializing what we require in life, what is needed, what we need, what we desire, what we need, what is required, we are thinking, we are being, we are generating the emotions that are associated with whatever it is that we seek. In my case, I need financial wealth. I have very, very serious financial burdens that are now upon my shoulders that I don't have the capacity to resolve. It's a lot of money, and I need relief. These things must be paid, and they were due on the 1st of March, and it is now the 4th of March. So I have had to repeatedly practice being a channel and saying, okay, well, I don't have the money in my hands. I don't have the physical reality of being able to write these checks and pay these very, very large bills. And there is some threat that some bad things, very bad things, could happen as a result of me not paying these. So I've had to say, okay, I must, my only recourse is I can't force it, because by trying to force results, we are actually entering the energy of resistance into the equation, which only slows down the flow of blessings. So I am detached, and I am detached from outcomes. And I reset back to being detached from outcomes, and I reset back to saying, okay, universe, thank you. They have to be paid, so I guess they'll be paid. I don't know how that's happening, but it isn't my domain to have to know how that's happening, because the universe works, source energy works in ways that we cannot comprehend. I have a list of items that have occurred recently, messages from the universe that I've gotten about how this is working. So recently, again, I won another scratch off for $10. It's not a lot of money, but it's the symbol of the fact that money is flowing to me. Before that, I won a scratch off for $2. Before that, I had won a scratch off for $10. On the 28th or so of February, I received an email from Uphold, which is a crypto account holder, a crypto trade site, account holder wallet, and I had received an airdrop, not a lot, again, not a lot, but I had received an airdrop of a free airdrop of some crypto, just out of nowhere. So it doesn't happen daily, but I am getting these regular raindrops of messaging of the universe, dropping the raindrops of the flow of money is happening. And so each time something happens, I make a point of making a very concerted celebration of this, and make note of this, and express gratitude, and do so with real enthusiasm, and acknowledge this, and send the message back, and generate that same energy. I'm so grateful for this. Thank you so much. Thank you again for this message again. And I have to default to, okay, universe, I don't have it in my hands, so they have to be paid, so I guess they'll be paid. And every day I write checks, I write checks to myself, and they are, I'll share them with you, the blank checks here. It's like the checks from the universe. Just holding it for a moment so you can see it. Every day I write these checks to myself. In addition, I do scripting. I do other all sorts of mindset and manifesting and materializing exercises. I do meditation every single night. I do something every morning. I do scripting every day, or some other exercise, and I write these checks every day. Okay, so about dreams. So my dream state tells me what I am manifesting and or materializing. When I go to sleep, and I offer this as something you can try as well. When you go to sleep, stroke your pillow, kind of, pat your pillow like, nice pillow, and say to the pillow, or to yourself, or just say, it is my intention to rest well and awaken refreshed. And if there is anything important to recall from my dream state, I will recall when I awaken. I'd like to add here that as I sleep, I am materializing all that I desire. As I sleep, I am materializing all that I require. Specifically in my case, I say, everything is paid 100,000 times over. Everything is paid 100,000 times over. Everything is paid 100,000 times over. Upon awakening, after having slept and you awake, you say, upon waking, I ask myself, before rising, do I recall anything from my dream state? You won't always recall. I won't always have something to recall. It doesn't matter. It's just a matter of an additional level of awareness where when you go to sleep, you consciously set your mind and your body and your emotions in the direction of materializing and manifesting. In other words, you ward off the ego's desire to protect, the ego which operates on fear and is driven by fear to protect. And so in the state of where we don't have what we require, what we do not have what we desire, we do not have what we need, we are lacking in the physical reality, we're lacking, but we're not lacking in our heart and we're not lacking in our spirit. It's really important to make this distinction. So in the physical reality, which does not represent our spiritual reality, does not represent our energetic reality, it does not represent the unlimited source energy reality for us. The present is just the result of past limited thinking. But it's no more than that. And it is, I know we say it's the physical present, but really it's an illusion. And that may be kind of weird to try to think about, but it actually is a bit of an illusion. It's a trick. So the ego is built to keep us safe and protect us. But it runs on fear, so it isn't useful in this case. So I say, everything is paid 100,000 times over, thank you. Everything is paid 100,000 times over, thank you. Thank you, thank you. In addition, another thing, technique, this is a set of checks I have already written out. And it's not necessary for you to try to read, but the point is that at the bottom, I wrote, each time I write thank you with a heart, and I write the amount of all of these checks add up to, and I say thank you, and I say it is done, and I say so it is. What I've also written are two separate statements. One is, everything I write here comes into existence. So everything I write here comes into existence. And then on this side I have written, everything I write with this pen comes into existence. And so I picked a pen. It doesn't matter what it is. It can be anything. It can be absolutely anything. Just whatever. What is comfortable for you to write, what you like to write with. But this pen I only use for materializing and manifesting exercises. So I only use it to write myself these checks. I only use it for scripting. I only use it for anything involving writing, manifesting, materializing. I don't use it for anything else. And the idea is that it's charged with the task, or it's charged with the power of, that everything I write with this comes into existence. And what I also wrote here is, it is done, it is complete, so it is, and thank you. So these things are all disciplines that I do every day. Oh yes, something else I would share with you. Another reflection of the discipline is, now it's a very clumsy illustration. I'm not a graphic artist. I'm an artist in other ways, but I'm not a graphic artist. So you'll have to forgive the poor illustration. But the point of it is the practical matter of what it symbolizes. And that's what matters. So this is an illustration of the ocean of wealth. And in lighter thing there, it says here, thank you, universe, with a heart, which I don't know if it's visible. And what I've drawn is a very poor representation of myself here. Okay. But this is the ocean of abundance. Now, in my case, I've written the ocean of wealth. It doesn't matter. It can be anything. It can be the ocean of abundance of health, the ocean of abundance of whatever. But the exercise is this. This is the visual representation of a meditation that I do. And it is this, that I go to the ocean of wealth, and this is the beach. Here's the beach. And this is the ocean of wealth. And I go to the ocean of wealth, and there's this little bucket here. And in the bucket, there's a little bit of the water from the beautiful ocean of wealth. And I take the bucket and I take some water from the beautiful ocean of wealth, and I pour it out onto the sand where I'm standing. And then it becomes all of these piles of money and gold bullion. And I drew some gold bullion down here too, and money. So the water, I pour the water out, and it becomes these wonderful piles of money that go above my head, just in fabulous riches here. And I do this meditation of going to the ocean of abundance and saying, thank you so much for being here for me. And I am the only person I can go here. I can invite anyone to come with me, but they have to be invited. This is a place that I go. It's a sacred place. And I go to this beautiful ocean of abundance, an ocean of wealth, and I say, thank you. Thank you, universe. I am a channel, and you are flowing through me. And now I take some water and I pour it on the sand, and there comes all of this beautiful wealth for me. Another thing is that the reason that the bucket is red, and the reason I've put red in my heart, is not just because a heart is red, but the bucket is red because our basic chakra, which is has to do with money and prosperity. We have actually 11 chakras. We don't actually have 7. We have 11 because we have chakras in the back. So our basic chakra, which is down at our butt cheeks, that is about prosperity and money and wealth. And it is red. The color for the basic chakra is red and yellow. So I've made the bucket red to indicate that I am resonating my basic chakra. So if I want to feed that, I'm using the color red. And then I've written here as well, the part of the meditation is to say to the ocean and to say to all of the money here and all of the gold bullion on the beach, to say to it, I allow all of this wealth to flow to my bank account. I am, whatever you want to call it, whatever. I said I am fabulously rich, and I am so grateful, and I appreciate it so much. And I wrote thank you. The point of the word the point of the language to say I allow is not that I will it or I force it or I anything, because all of those are energies that produce resistance. But I'm allowing. So I'm staying in the state of being a channel. I'm remaining in that state of being a channel, being open. My heart is opened. My spirit is open. My mind is opened. My ears are opened. My mouth is closed, and I'm listening, and I'm receiving, and I'm allowing, and I am always thanking. I'm appreciating. So that's why the language is like this. I hope that this is helpful. I keep that image up in front of me where I work, and I see it all the time. Perhaps some of these disciplines will serve you as well. Remember that discipline is self-love. And last, whoever you are, as I love light, I love goodness, I love you, and I offer you all massive abundance, massive fulfillment, love, and light. Until next time.